Check it. This Facebook post claims that electric vehicles are exploding like bombs after hurricane season. Can electric vehicles really catch fire after being submerged in water during a hurricane? Well, for the first step, let's find who's behind the information that we see in the original video.
That is 16-year-old Samir Ferdowsi setting the record straight on electric cars. He's here with me in studio. Samir, great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
You are a teen fact checker. You're doing it in real time. I love it. What kind of misinformation are you seeing out there?
I mean, nowadays, especially recently, it's a lot of political things, right, with Trump and Canada. But in general, I see a lot of things about kind of the community, Toronto. For example, one of my fellow fact checkers fact-checked a story about a giant Taylor Swift statue in the center of Toronto. I think you guys had that on the show.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of small things in the community, and then there's also bigger things. It's really just whatever we find. Like, for example, my electric car fact check. It's kind of just whatever we find and whatever we're interested in. And then if we need help, we kind of just ask, and our directors like Susanna and Matthew give us kind of some prompts and help us on along our way to see what we want to fact check.
Do you find that you question even real information?
Yeah, definitely. I think that because of the nature of social media, right? I mean, there's so much misinformation. There's just generally a lot of information, regardless of if it's misinformative or informative, right? It's kind of just forces you to be skeptical of everything. And so in and of itself is kind of harmful because you don't know what's real and what's fake. And so oftentimes you're confused about something that's real and you're completely believing in something that's fake.
You're an NBA fan.
Sure.
And I understand that there was a trade deal that you were like, is this true? Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Luka Doncic was recently traded from the Mavs, I believe, to the Lakers, and the Lakers took Anthony Davis and one other. And so that was really shocking to me, especially and my friends at school, because, well, frankly, it doesn't make sense from our point of view. Right. I mean, he was almost eligible for his Supermax contract. He was kind of their franchise player. But in a sense, I mean, I guess you could get behind that idea, but for me at the time, it just made no sense. And definitely I thought that it had to be fake, right? But I mean, upon further inspection, we realized that it wasn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, so how do you do that further inspection? How do you get at that? Because I also looked at that headline and thought,
Yeah, so I mean, at Media Smarts, we typically use this thing called breaking the fake. And what that is it's a 4-step process. So that begins with kind of finding the original source, right? So in this case, it would be who came up with this information about Luka Doncic's trade. I mean, who was the first person to talk about it and bring it to X or TikTok or whatever. And once we find that original source, we kind of check them out, right? Who is this person that we're getting the information from? Are they reliable? I mean, just see how long have they been around for, right? I mean, do they really know what they're talking about? Do they have expertise in the area? Third, we see if other people are corroborating their story, right? So if one person is saying it and no one else is, it's most likely a little misleading or, you know, just generally a little foggy. But I mean, if everyone is corroborating it and saying the same thing, then we can be fairly certain that, I mean, it is the truth, right? And fourth is to use, I mean, in specific cases, fact-checking tools, right? So this can be a reverse image search or using the news tab to decipher and see if other people are saying similar things like that, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. You're a young journalist in the making. Do you find that you have heated conversations with your friends or in class, like because facts are just not agreed upon?
I think I myself, maybe I'm not that into it, but I've definitely seen that happen, for sure. Definitely, I think that part of social media and part of the fast algorithm that catches exactly what you like has kind of a role to play in various arguments I see in and around my school and just in general in my life. And I think, yeah, like definitely social media is having a big role in that and false information, misinformation, disinformation.
Sure. 20 seconds here. What has fact-checking done for your life? Like really learning how to do it well?
I mean, so what I first thought of when I began fact-checking is, you know, I feel like it's kind of simple. That's what I originally thought. I mean, like, but the thing is, like, nobody who's being manipulated or is facing this misinformation and disinformation will know that it's misinformation, disinformation at first, right? Like, nobody who's seen the propaganda knows it's propaganda, right? So just generally, you know, going through this process and fact-checking, I've just become more attuned to critically thinking about what I'm seeing and just being more careful about what I'm sharing to others because, you know, on my level, it's small, but eventually, you know, it could be bigger things, more important things. So it's good to nip it in the bud and be careful about small things so we can, bring that to the higher level on more important topics. And I think that's really what this Media Smarts process has done to my life.
Samir, great to have you on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.